G'day C Block, welcome to video tutorial number 4, which is how to create a A3 layout of the drawing we've just completed in the model space. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move across to our layout tab, because everything here is complete and ready to go for printing. So we move across to our layout tab, and what you will have initially is a model view window. And what essentially that is inside this window. So if I click on this window and activate it, or click inside it, you'll notice, if I double click inside it, you'll see I can zoom in and out, scroll with my mouse in and out, and basically inside the framework of that border is my model space. So hence my model space here, I get a glimpse into my model space through this window, hence it's called a model window. Okay, so my model view window. So what I'm going to do is leave the window as it is. To get out of the scrolling here, I just double click on the outside and it takes me away. You'll see the border reduces its thickness, meaning I'm not active in the window. So what we want to do to set this up is we want to right click on layout and we want to change the setup. So we go page setup manager and we're going to modify. We make sure it's on the layout that you're on at the moment. So we layout 1, perfect. We modify the layout. And what we want to do is, first of all, we'll start at the top, work our way down. We want to ensure that we are printing to a PDF, because you will submit this document on Teams as a PDF. So once we've done that, we want to go down to ISO A3. So we want to go ISO A3. And then we want to go to layouts, we want to go to extents. All right, once we've got extents, we've got ISO A3, we're in good positioning so far. We want to center the plot. And just make sure, I know it says custom there, we want a scale of 1:1. And then it looks like everything's right. We have landscape, ISO full bleed 420. That's, in fact, we don't want ISO full bleed. Let's drop ISO full bleed rather for an ISO A3. So we're going to go find ISO A3, we're going to go 420 by 297. And then we're going to press OK. We're going to close. You'll see the model view window is now tiny. We're going to adjust that in a moment. But there is the extent. So that little dotted line you see is the extents to what will print when we send it to the printer. So, or when we save it as a PDF. So I'm going to just open this a bit bigger, right? Just open it a little bit bigger. I think that will be fine. Click inside. I'm just going to zoom it in a little bit, roll it in, scroll in. Now what I want to do is click on this. I'm going to right click and go properties and ensure that my scale is 1:1. Even the custom, I'm just going to go and show that I'm definitely on a scale of 1:1. And so let me show you what happens when it's not. This basically what this means is if my model view window is a scale 1:1, that would mean then that everything you see on the page is exactly the right dimensions when we print it out. If I was to go, for example, 1:2, you'll see it gets smaller, 1:4, 1:5. So 1:1 is correct as we have it there. All right, so let me get out of this and activate my keyboard quickly. Right, there we go. Right, what we're going to do here now is if you're happy with the positioning, I mean, you're entitled to click on this and move it around. What I will do here is click on that and remove the layout, make it white. Sorry, let me do that again. Click on there and make sure it's white. So it becomes invisible. We don't want to see the border of the model view window in the drawing layout. So what I'm going to do here now is get my rectangular tool and I'm going to go and create a border inside that, just within those extents, so that when we print it out, we'll see the border. Right, so then I will attribute to this, I'm going to go layer properties. So I'm going to create a new layer and I'm going to call that layer border. Right, and I'm going to make the border a bit thicker. So I'm going to go to default line setting and I'm going to make it probably a 0.5. So it's a bit thicker. It stands out quite nicely. All right, good. Click on that and then I'm going to go to border. Right, there we go. So that line should be relatively thick. When you zoom in, you can see that. So we've got a border around our drawing. There's one more thing we've got to do is create a little title block at the bottom here. We're not going to create a big one, a title block with the relevant information that is required on your PDF down here. In other words, the name of the model, the design of the date, the correct orthographic projection symbol, and the scale of the drawing into your title block. Okay, so let's just start with the scale. So I'm going to use a lot of line commands here first. So I'm going to type in scale. and we know that the scale is 1:1. Right. Now that's obviously small again, so what I'm going to do is right click, and I'm going to make sure that my text height is 2.5. I think that's a nice, we spoke about this in the previous video, that's a fairly decent size. You can make it 3 if you want it just a little bit bigger, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a whole bunch of different annotations according to what's required, and then I will go and add in a title block. So let me just move them up here. So we're going to go scale, then I'm going to go control copy, control V, and it wants the designer. So what we type in here is drawn by, and we put our name here. So I will go put my name in there. Excuse me, spell my name. Okay, so you'll go and put in your name. You can have it like this, or you can have it, as you saw earlier, you could put your name under the drawn bar, if that's what you prefer, depending on how you're going to set it up later. So you've got your name, let's go back, we've got our name, we've got our scale, we need the date, so I'm going to do that now. We're going to control copy, control V, and I'm going to put in there the date today is the 25th of the 4th, 23, right? And what other information is required? The date, the correct orthographic projection symbol, and the name of the model, which is rod guide. So the part is a rod guide, and you'll see we're going to do that. So what I'll do is I'll go control V up here, and we'll call this rod guide. Okay, rod guide. Now what I'm going to do here is my rod guide I'm going to make slightly bigger. So I'm going to let's right click, let's do the normal properties move, click, right click, properties, and I'm going to make my text height here possibly 6. Let's just see what 6 comes out as compared to the rest. Text height 6, sorry, enter. So it's quite a lot bigger, and you'll see why I want to do that. I'm going to make this bigger there's a purpose to it. And the last thing now is a orthographic, third angle orthographic projection symbol. And what we're going to do is we're just going to upload one from a CAD file. And I'll show you how we do that now.